So it is spring break here on this wonderful snowy day. It has been snowing like this for 3 days, and I've taken the time off to do some things around the place, and I've been in the snow. This is our greenhouse. We've had it for 9 years. It's 17 feet across this way and 20 feet deep. And come on in, we're going to show you a tour and then explain some pros and cons. Welcome to our greenhouse. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that Jim and I are in our mid-70s. And so even though we both still really enjoy working, I love my job, and it's probably going to be a few years before we retire, we are now, as we replace things and think about getting our property ready for us in our old age, I hate that term, we are trying to make decisions that will be beneficial to us for up until the end of our lives. And we think we have at least 20 years left, we hope. And so it's going to be a long time. And so we're going to want to have things as physically easy for us as we possibly can. It's a little bit dark in here because, of course, we don't have the sun and because the entire roof is covered with snow. As I explained outside, we've had this greenhouse for about 9 years. We got it just shortly after we moved here. Now, we're on almost 3 acres, and so a 17 by 20 greenhouse is perfect for our size. And so when I was researching on exactly what kind of a greenhouse we wanted, I had zero experience with greenhouses, but I've always wanted one. I had this mental model about having a greenhouse that's filled with vegetable starts and flowers and maybe even a citrus tree or two. And so I had this mental model, and when the advertisement and the literature on this particular one said year-round greenhouse, and it was within our price range, we went ahead. You know, when you're first starting off researching something, you don't know what you don't know, and boy, there was a lot that I didn't know. I thought that I had made a good decision. Jim and I talked it over. We both thought we had made a good decision. I want to start by telling you some things that we like about our setup here. First of all, some of the research that I did was that I found out, I looked up all of the scientific information in terms of the sun's path across the sky relative to our property, and how low in the sky it was at winter solstice and how high it was in the sky at summer solstice. And so I knew about the sun, and so at least we oriented it in the right direction. So the long wall of our greenhouse faces almost due south. It's off by about 8 degrees to the east, and so it's a little bit tilted this way, and that's exactly what you want with a greenhouse. I was wanting to grow year-round, knowing full well that the winters are cold, down in the single digits, and so I wanted that east sun as it comes up over the mountain to start warming, and then as it moves across the sky it will pick up this south wall. In the afternoon, the sun on this side, which is facing west, is very, very bright and warm. But by later in the day, it is not as efficient. A late day sun is not as efficient in helping photosynthesis for plants as the morning sun is. And so I wanted a little bit of heat coming in from that rising sun in the east. Now, as you look at the roof here, you can see that it's way discolored. We have a patch right here. It's now dripping. There's a drip coming down just to the left of Jim right there. He has the camera covered, so it's protected. And that's not condensation, that's the snow coming through. It's about 38 degrees in here. It's 30 degrees outside, so it's a little bit warmer in here. So I like how it is situated. It also has been really good equipment. This has lasted for a long time. We have pretty brutal summers with very intense sunlight almost every summer day, and many of the days in June and into July are 100 or hotter. And so this takes a beating in terms of the sun. Another thing that I like about how it's situated on our property is that there are deciduous trees all around. Deciduous are bare in the wintertime, so the winter sun can come in. But in the summer, we do have some shade. That's about all I like about this greenhouse, because as it turned out, it is totally incapable of growing anything during most of the year. I use it in the springtime to do, I do my starts right here. And these shelves that are just, and you may know if you've been following us for a very long time, we really like to repurpose things so that we don't have to spend our money on brand new things, which are much more expensive. So this is just an old set of shelves that we had for a really long time. Jim and I had a snake business. We did selective breeding of ball pythons for a decade and sold them all over the country. And so we have repurposed our heat tape right here that we use for our snakes. And so we have it on just a piece of fiberboard right here. And this is 12 inches wide, and it's controlled by a thermostat and just covered with a thin piece of plastic. And it is then secured with clothespins. So it's a simple setup, and it works for us. Right now it is set for 80 degrees. I have had tomato starts out here and some other starts, but I've had to take them in the house because nighttime temperatures for this 3-day period have been in the low 20s. And I lost a couple of tomato plants to freezing because it just doesn't, this is not warm enough to keep the upper part of the plants safe from freezing, and so I just put them in the house. So anything that's covered with black plastic has that heat tape. So it's this shelf, and it's this long shelf right here. So here I have my trays, growing trays. In this bin is my potting soil. This corner over here is what I call Black Widow corner. I was out here, oh, it's been 3 or 4 years ago, rummaging through this stuff, and a great big black widow in a web, a messy web that came up here, decided to come out of her web and say hello. So I was able to get a really great video on my iPhone of that. I'm not afraid of black widows. I know they're here. I recognize their webs, but I don't let them survive. Ooh, it's just dripping everywhere. So the roof is failing, and we know that. And so anyway, this is Black Widow corner. I have a table set up over here with amendments and pots, and then right here is our hand tools. I have about a zillion bamboo poles down there that I got on a really good buy, and I'm using little by little. And then over in this corner, we just have our garden tools. So this greenhouse is not being used to the fullest extent. Here are some of the things that I'm not too fond of about this greenhouse. It's not insulated. It has 2 doors, a door here and an identical door on the other end right behind Jim's camera. And it has zippers on both sides. These zippers have been great. For 9 years, they have worked flawlessly. The door rolls up, and we can get some good cross ventilation. And also there are these zip down windows, and we've rigged a fan up here to kind of help with cross ventilation. But it has not been enough. We're now to the point where we have to replace this cover, and because it's not going to last another season. It's already splitting here, so this is probably the last spring that I'm going to be able to start my plants under this particular greenhouse canopy. So we've been looking at what do we really want to do, knowing that we like to repurpose things. We just started down the trail of, now that we know a little bit more about greenhouses, I want to control the temperature in here better than we have before. It's hot as blazes in the summertime. Starting by the end of April, it gets into the 100 degrees in here, and it's unbearable. In the wintertime, it's too cold to do much of anything. So I have from about the end of February through March and a little bit into April when it's comfortable enough and the temperature is okay without any other extra heat or cooling for us to do anything. And the heating and cooling was just too much for us to even think about. The expense of doing that, even cheaply, was just beyond what we had expected we would have to do. So that was an error on our part. As we are thinking now about replacing this, the decision has been, do we take the whole thing down and just haul the pieces to the dump? The plastic is no longer any good, the covering. We can buy a replacement cover, and we checked the price on that, and oh my gosh, the replacement cover, the cost of that cover is the very same price that we paid for the whole thing 9 years ago. And it's several $1,000s. And we just think, oh, we don't want that kind of an investment at this point in our lives. And so what are some of the alternatives that we could do? I first investigated solar, passive solar. I've always been intrigued by solar, passive solar. A passive solar greenhouse just has that ring to it. And I looked into all of the science and started looking at the materials, and we'd have to take the whole thing down, rebuild a stick structure with either 2x4s out of wood or out of metal, and then have a polycarbonate glazing wall over here, and then do a thermal mass collector so that then in the nighttime that thermal mass collector could then move its heat away from the collector into the greenhouse. Anyway, the whole thing. And by the time I added up the cost, just a ballpark cost for that, it was way more than replacing this cover would be. So we began to look at other alternatives as well. And so we have found what we think we really like, and this is where we would love some input from those of you that may have greenhouse experience. We are now looking at the possibility of doing a double poly film roof over the top, from ground level up over the top to ground level. And with the double walls, then you blow air into it and it inflates it like a balloon. It gives some insulation, and you can get it in several different, oh boy, I just got dripped on too. You can get it in several different weights with UVA treatment and treatment for condensation, so the condensation does not obscure the sun's rays during the most important parts of the day for photosynthesis. So these are some of the things that we are considering. And it would cost us several $100s to do it with a double-walled poly. And this is just plastic sheeting, about 6 mils thick. And as opposed to the expense of doing the passive solar, or the expense of paying several $1,000s for a brand new cover that we don't even like anyway. And I think that if we do that, then I can still do a few of the passive solar things. It will not be nearly to the extent of what a full-blown passive solar setup would be. But I want to get this greenhouse to the point where we can grow things in it year-round. When we first bought this greenhouse, I now realize, looking back, that one of the things that I was not clear on is, why do I want a greenhouse? What is my main goal? And you know, I had all these romanticized mental images of coming out to my greenhouse, and it would be filled with beautiful flowers and vegetables growing to perfection. But that was not really reality. Reality has sunk in, especially with COVID during this past year. And my goal now for a lot of the things that we are doing is food security. Not only do I want to grow food year-round, or at least if we have to abandon the greenhouse in the summer when the heat is unbearable, at least for fall, winter, and spring, I would like to be able to grow food. I want to put up some raised beds, tall raised beds in here. and a few other things. I'm going to keep this setup. This setup works perfectly for us, and so I will continue to do my starts for getting out into our various garden areas. So this is our dilemma. This is what we're thinking about. If you have suggestions for us, please add them to the comments. We're right now open, especially for any of you who have expertise in this or have suggestions for how we might be able to make this more workable. Most likely, we're going to be cutting this roof off this summer and replacing it. I don't think it'll take us very long to do the double wall polyfilm. We'll probably have it done, and we're going to also put in ventilation and a little bit of passive solar. So give us your suggestions. We want to turn this into a great working greenhouse, and we'll take you along for the adventure. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you for our next video.